Take a slow breath in. Allow your attention to settle. Let your thoughts slow slightly. Now imagine you are in a meeting where several people are discussing an important decision. One person speaks often. They explain their views with confidence. They respond quickly to other comments. Their voice fills much of the conversation. At first, it seems clear that they are shaping the direction of the discussion. Yet something subtle begins to appear. When others speak, they often look towards someone else in the room. That person has spoken very little. They listen carefully. They take notes. They ask only a few questions. But when they do speak, the room becomes quiet. People pay attention. You notice the difference carefully. One person is driving much of the conversation, but another person seems to shape how the room interprets what is being said. Your mind reflects on a situation. Influence in groups does not always appear through volume or frequency. Sometimes it appears through attention. People watch certain individuals closely before forming their own opinions. Not because they must agree, but because they trust how that person evaluates the situation. You pause and observe the room. Instead of reacting to the strongest voice, you become curious about the quieter influence. You ask calmly, how does this direction look from your perspective? The question invites the quieter person into the conversation. They reflect for a moment, then they share a thoughtful observation. Perhaps a risk the group has not yet considered. Perhaps a connection between two earlier ideas. The room listens carefully. The discussion shifts slightly. Others begin building on the point. You listen carefully. Then you ask another question. If we looked at this decision a few months from now, what outcome would tell us we chose well? The conversation becomes reflective. People begin thinking beyond the immediate debate. The group examines the long-term implications. Take another slow breath. Notice how the atmosphere in the room has changed. At first, the conversation seemed dominated by the most active voice. But once attention turned toward the quieter perspective, the group gained a deeper understanding of the situation. You recognize something important about group dynamics. Influence is not always where the most words appear. Often it sits quietly in the places where people direct their attention. And the person who notices that dynamic often understands the structure of the room more clearly than someone who listens only to the loudest voice.